For quite a while now, my main account's highest damage has been 600,000 from none other than Mavuika. But as a Hutao main, I can't have that. So today, I am going to be trying to hit more damage than Mavuika with my Hutao. The ultimate end goal would be 1,000,000 from my Hutao, but we're going to have to see how that goes. And yes, I know 600,000 from Mavuika isn't anything crazy. However, my Mavuika does not have her signature weapon and doesn't have the greatest build known to man. Plus, I also don't have a Seat Lowly, so she's not built to be the most damaging character ever. My Hutao, on the other hand, is R1 and C2 because of the free 5-star we got. This doesn't really affect the burst damage that much, but it's something. Neither does this. So we're going to be absolutely destroying this Maritracer build. We're putting her back on Crimson because it is better. And I'm going to be trying to hit 1,000,000 damage with Hutao. So obviously weapons, we don't need to do anything. Talent, she is triple crowned because of course she is. Which just leaves artifacts. And for that, we are very simply just going to swap her back to Crimson. Except we're going to run everything crit damage. We are just going to max out the crit damage. And then hopefully run a pretty decent amount of EM as well. There we go. That is, I believe, our old Crimson build, just with a crit damage circlet instead of crit rate, which has her at a 52 to 290. Why is your crit rate so high and crit damage so low? I mean, 290 is not low, but I want like 300. Ooh, Durin's piece. I'm stealing that. It didn't do much. 293. I need even more. We need over 300 crit damage for this. This piece is fine. 29% crit damage is good. The other stats aren't incredible. Do we have more crit damage on something? No, we do not. That piece is already good, and this is a crit damage circlet. So I'm going to immediately go to the strong box and see if I can get any better Crimson pieces, because we're going for perfect pieces right now. And then also for teams, I'm gonna probably run some more OG teams, just because that's my easiest to reference off of. So I think what I'm gonna run is honestly Sucrose, Mona, and Bennett. It is like the OG DPS Hutao like nuke team, but it is that for a reason, because it works. So that's what I'm going to start with, and we will go from there. But first, I need insane pieces. And we might not be able to get said insane pieces because I have run out of level up stuff or artifacts. We got a few in there. I got a potentially better flower. We want this to roll into crit damage and then just only roll into crit damage. I need like 25 plus crit damage. That's the wrong stat straight off the bat. Okay, we're ignoring that piece. It's not going to do well enough. And then did I get anything else? No. Okay, well, looks like we're just going to have to make do with 293 crit damage. To be honest, the crit ratio is not even that bad. Yes, 54% crit rate is low, but I could make do with this as just a regular Hutao build and just leave her on it. Although, in most circumstances, I will just run her a Maritrose because that is better for just normal overall damage. But this will do for now. We have 1800 attack, 32,000 HP. So let's have a look through the rest of the characters. We want Bennett on the highest base attack weapon I can possibly run, which I believe is going to be my Aquila Favonia. And then he can run... I've actually seen Archaic Petra on Bennett because of, I guess, the 4-piece. That actually would be pretty good, but we need to be against a Geo boss, which we can do. So I don't think stats really matter here, like at all. So we're just going to throw Bennett on a Archaic Petra because we just want base attack and we have 865 of that. He is C6. We do get stuff from like the C5 and whatever, but like it's nothing insane, I don't believe. We don't have his burst crown, but it is level 9, which is good enough. So I think that's probably good for Bennett. Moving on to Sucrose, who is not level 90. You just want to be on full EM. So let's just stack you up with EM. And then I guess just Viridescent for artifacts. We just want all of the EM we can possibly get, which brings her up to 934, which is pretty decent. I do not have a Hexerai buff, but we actually will be getting that because Mona, who I do have her Hexerai buff, which I actually genuinely forget what this does. This actually could be really good because if we do rotation-wise, like Benny skill, Sucrose, skill burst, then Benny burst, Mona burst, and then we do 3 normal attacks, then do our Hutao stuff, we will get an extra 15% vaporized damage, which is actually pretty good. So that is going to help us a lot. Sucrose, on the other hand, is also going to buff us by 5.71428%. Why is that so specific? I believe there's probably some little Easter eggy thing with that. But we get extra, 5% burst damage increase if we use her skill. And that lasts for 15 seconds, which is good because that'll be the first thing of the rotations I do. I might do a burst first. We have a bit more time for that. But that is pretty good. So I will probably need to go unlock that. But the Hexerei buffs are actually going to be doing something, which is nice. So now I just need to probably get your talents sorted a little bit more because they are kind of low. What is your priority? I honestly do not remember because I don't use sucrose that much. Burst, that is your priority. I don't know how far we'll get it, but we'll just get it to something. Level 12, that'll do. And we'll get the skill to level 10. That's good enough. And that just leaves Mona, who I definitely need to do some work on. She is also, once again, not level 90, which could be a problem, but we can get your burst up to level 8. And your skill, I don't really think we need to do it because I don't even think I'm going to use it. I'm just going to use her normal attacks a couple times, so I don't even think I need to do her skill. Weapons, we're going to run her on Thrilling Tales, and then artifacts, I'd assume probably just Noblesse. Boom, there is our Mona built. So that means I just need to go do this, and then we are all good to try and hit 1,000,000 damage with Hutao. Okay, there we go. That was relatively easy. Now, because we do need the Geo stuff, we're going to go fight this dude. He's not my favorite boss in the world to fight, but because of Archaic Petra on Benny Boy, I do need Geo. So let's go see how this does. My Hutao is under 50% HP, which is good because we need that. We're not on a Farina team, so we actually need her to be low HP. If I can even see more than 600,000, I will be happy. If we see 700,000, we technically have done more damage than Mavuika, so I will be happy with that. Now, rotation-wise, I think I'm going to do Bennett skill, then Sucrose burst, Sucrose skill, Bennett burst, Mona burst, normal attack, normal attack, normal attack, Hutao skill, Hutao burst. That's the plan. Can this dude get out of the ground? Bennett skill, Sucrose burst. He's going to put a shield up. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. Then we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do Hutao thing. Why is your burst not up? Your burst isn't up. God damn it. Skill again. He doesn't have Hydro. Oh, he does have Hydro applied. 621,000. That is more than Mavuika. And that was without any food buffs. We will go get bursts up, and we'll do this with food buffs this time. But already, that is the highest damage we have hit on this account. 621,431. So, my Hutao has already done more damage than my Mavuika. However, we want to make that even more damage. So, before we jump in here, let's grab my food buffs. We would like Adeptus Temptation. Then we want... I'll just grab Dia's one and the Pyro Essential Oil. I actually think I could be missing something. I don't know if I actually picked up a crystallized thing, which I need to do for Bennett's Archaic. So let's make sure I do that this time. Bennett. I'm not seeing a Pyro chunk, so I guess we're just going to have to suck it up. Do that, do this. Burst, Mona, skill, 1, 2, and 3. I see a crystallized chunk. Move your... Okay, he's not doing it. Wait for a bit, and boom. That everything went wrong. Literally everything went wrong. This time, if we don't get a crystallized chunk, we don't get a crystallized chunk, because otherwise it messes everything else up trying to get it. I did see one form, but I couldn't reach it because the boss was in the way. Boom, 1, 2, and 3. Swap to Hutao, do Hutao skill, then burst. I feel like things went wrong, because that only did 400,000, unless we didn't crit, which we very well could have. Third time's the charm, then I guess. Then we do your burst, your skill, 1, 2, and 3. We swap to Hutao. We do Hutao skill. We do Hutao burst. Boom. 717,000. That's what I like to see. Not quite 1,000,000, but it is 717,000. That is substantially more than Mavuika. It is 100,000 more than Mavuika was doing. Now, I'd imagine if we did put Mavuika on this team, we'd probably see more damage. But we're not going to do that because I'm a Hutao main. Hutao has to have the highest damage on this account. So now the next thing I want to try. I'm actually going to get Bennett off Archaic because I don't think it's actually doing much. I'm going to put him on Instructor for the EM buff. And then we're going to go run Scaramouche. Now, we probably could see more damage for this team if Mona and Sucrose were level 90. But I have another video I'm doing soon that requires a bunch of resources. So I don't really want to build them right now because I'm going to run out. But then also I think we're only really losing a bit of EM from Sucrose. Ooh, 170,000, 170? Yeah, it was 170,000 from that charge attack from Hutao. Not bad. Okay, let's see if we can get rid of floaty things. I believe we can do Bennett charge attack for these ones. And let's see good things. We do Bennett to Sucrose. Sucrose. Bennett. Mona. Switch, please. Then we do skill. Normal attack, normal attack, normal attack. Hutao burst. Wait for that HP to get a bit lower. Burst. Boom. 780,000. And she was above 50% HP there because Bennett healed her too much. That's not bad. 780,000's pretty damn good. It's not quite a million, but it's not far off. I mean, it's kind of far off. It's like 200,000 off, but it's not bad. So now, as another test, I'm going to go to the Cryo Registine, the other OG testing boss, and we're going to swap up the team to a Farina team. So we're going to have Farina, we're going to have Shalonen, and then probably Sucrose again. Probably should have Bennett on here. He is probably one of the better characters, but we don't get enough of a Farina buff with Bennett. His heals aren't good enough. Oh my goodness, my Hutao is too low HP. We want under 50%. That is too far under 50%. We're healing too much, but that's fine. That did 74,000. Okay, I definitely didn't do something right. Lovely. And then straight to Hutao burst. And it didn't do things. Beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm just not even bothering anymore because that's not going good. Well, ignoring that entire last team that I entirely butchered, we still hit 788,000 with Hutao, which is not quite my goal of a million. It definitely could have been a million, but I do need to do a few little bits and bobs. I need some slightly better artifacts. I would like Hutao to have over 300% crit damage, preferably leaning more towards the 320% crit damage. And then my Mona and Sucrose could be leveled up to level 90. That would help a bit as well. And then probably actually getting a Crystallize from the Archaic buff would also probably be something that would help as well. But aside from that, I mean, 780,000, it is more than Mavuika. That was the ultimate goal of this video, was to do more than Mavuika. So now I can officially say that Mavuika is not my strongest character, which is good. Screw Mavuika, we want my actual main to be the strongest character on my account. And she is now my strongest character by almost 200,000 damage. Plus the fact that in her overall rotation, Hutao ends up doing more damage than Mavuika anyway. Even if Mavuika did the same amount of burst damage, Hutao can consistently do like 100,000 on her charge attacks over Mavuika's like 30,000. Hutao would actually just do more damage than Mavuika just anyway. At least my Mavuika. Very different with other people's Mavuika that can do 1.5 million. But at least for my Mavuika, my Hutao can do more damage than her. So I will take that as a massive win. But with that, that is all I'm going to have time for in this video. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you like this video, do go check out the DPS Jean video I did where I tried to make her do more damage than my Varessa. And that being said, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Good. Bye.